I'll find my way.
Okay, that was I'll Find My Way. We're here with Sean Wiggins. Find her on Spotify, Sean Wiggins. Welcome back to KCLA 100.7 on your FM dial. Sean, we are so excited to hear about the recording of your album, Exposed, which this song is off of, and the magic in that guitar and vocal that you guys just did is just, I'd love to hear you tell us about it.
So it is just a single take on the acoustic guitar and the vocal. So not that I didn't fix anything with my vocal, but I mean, there's only 2 tracks.
Right.
That's
right.
it.
Yeah.
And so prior to this CD, the last 4 or 5, can't ever remember, were band CDs. First, I started off I didn't even know how to play. If I recorded guitar and vocal, I couldn't play them separately. So my first 3 CDs were kind of live. So I'd go in and record and sing and play. So I couldn't, if there's a mistake, I'd have to just do the whole song again. You know?
Yeah.
So that's how my first 3 CDs. And then I would make the drums and bass and add everything on top of me. So,
right.
And I didn't necessarily use a click even. So it was kind of funny. I really made those guys work who played on top of what I was playing. Times have changed a lot since then, but after those CDs, I have a band called Sean Wiggins and Lone Goat, and pretty much we played it like we did live. We would record it, the way you record, but more the sound and the arrangements and everything. I wanted it to be able to be played with those 4 guys, with the 4 of us, without anyone else. So I wanted it to be just like we did live.
Right. Your band.
My band. So this last CD, I decided to change it up. I was recording with another person. I was trying to work up a song with this other guy, and he brought me to another guy and said, you should have him play guitar on it. So I went over to his studio, and he added guitar on it, and I just fell in love with him. And his name is Wes Guerin. He also goes by Wes Styles, Styles. But Wes Guerin is, anyway, he has the performer name and then the recording engineer name. So we just hit it off like he got me. And we have drums on the CD. And pretty much he played every instrument on the CD other than the acoustic guitar I played. And drums and percussion were played by the percussion player. Almost every other instrument. Actually, I'm lying. I'm lying. A couple of the songs had my previous guys. I brought in some songs that were half done. So he did most of the stuff, put it that way. And I'll find on Don't Wake Me that you mentioned. Sorry if I'm bouncing around, but on Don't Wake Me, he did that entire thing.
Oh, wow.
And kind of amazing. So anybody who's watching this, listen to Don't Wake Me. It's pretty cool. And everything going on in there, he played all of it.
Yeah.
And then I brought in this song that was just a naked, very naked song, the I'll Find My Way. And it was sort of, he just sat there on the couch and turned the guitar part into something that was just beautiful. Like I write, I'm I'm a workhorse guitar player. I'm like, I can strum it out with the best of them, but I'm not a soloist. So I gave him my strum, said, here's how the song goes. And then he took it and turned it into a piece of art. It really became, it's a lot of people's favorite song on my CD. like the one that has two tracks. So
Right, that's right. It sounds simple, but it's not. It's
no,
that
he
power is so
created a guitar part that's not easy to play.
right.
I've had other guys try to play it, and they're like, "Sheesh."
Yeah.
Notice how I said that?
Exactly. And your voice, I mean, so clear and so beautiful. It's so nice because you do soft, beautiful, but you rock too. And I'm thinking maybe the next song we might want to do, you mentioned a percussionist, and I noticed there's a lot of percussion on Vampire.
Oh, yeah.
So, and you rock you rock with the best of them. But hearing that beautiful voice was so nice as well. You just have it. Yeah.
Oh,
But,
thank you, Patty.
yeah. So it shows, this whole CD shows so much of you, and it's really nice.
Thank you.
So I'm really glad you shared that with us. He's phenomenal. And you said about his instruments, he has so many different kinds of instruments and vintage.
Yeah, really, if somebody needs, obviously this guy here, there's a special guy working with us today who looks like he has an amazing studio. So there is also, you've got something there. Wes's studio is in his house, and he has it all rigged where the entire house is a studio. So everything's hooked up. So the garage has the drums. It's hooked into the studio upstairs. There's a grand piano on the first floor. And that is hooked in. And then he's got it running through a 24-track, machine if you want. And, any kind, like these French toy pianos. I forget which of my songs it's on, but one of the songs has these French toy piano and any kind of synthesizer, guitars. He just loves buying new stuff, or not new necessarily, buying old stuff.
New old stuff, right?
And is just very creative. He actually would sit and stare at the tracks. He'd be looking at the session that we're working on, and he'd just go silent. And I learned, just don't say anything. Just don't stop yourself. He's thinking. and then something magic would happen. He'd go, I've gotten it. And I'd be like, yay, this is going to be amazing.
So much fun.
It was so much fun making this CD. And I'm sorry if I really messed up, because I've got Lou Castro on bass on a couple songs. I've got my drummer, Bill Brennenstuhl on some tracks. So I have some bass and drums that were already recorded for a couple of songs, and they're awesome. My band is awesome.
Your band rocks, yeah, definitely. So, when you come back, we'll do some of your other material from some of your other CDs, and then we can find out about the theme of the last few CDs, the artwork. But let's do Vampire right now, because that is pretty fun, and you're just going to want to dance. And there's some really fun percussion in there. I tried to identify some of the instruments, but it's hard to identify them. But you're going to want to dance.
I think there's a washing machine played at one point.
Okay. That sounds right. Okay, guys, this is Vampire. Once again, Sean Wiggins. Find her on Spotify. Look up Vampire. And we're going to play that for you from her CD, Exposed.